Welcome to Besiege Bots, the real home of robotic combat in Besiege. In this episode, we begin the round of 16 and find out our first 4 quarterfinalists. And we're underway with fight number 1 here between Sheriff and Antface Spinnah. Team Questionable Engineering taking on Style and Substance Robotics. This should be an interesting fight. You got the powerful, well, relatively powerful for an Antweight flipper of Sheriff, and Antface Spinnah, Spinnah doesn't always do that much damage, but can if it gets the right hit, and likes to throw itself around like that, which could be a problem against Sheriff, since it could just give Sheriff more leverage to hit it. Oh, you see it self-riding there? Interesting way of doing it. Throwing itself around some more. Sheriff lining up for a pit. Misses on the flip though. Just barely misses again. Antface gets flipped big time there. There lands a good hit on Sheriff. Antface struggling because it's stuck upside down, which means it can't turn very well. And they're gonna self-right here. There it is. Sheriff also struggling to self-right though. Sheriff does manage it now. Good hit there from Antface Spinnah. Another good hit, but a good flip from Sheriff into the Spinnah. That was a good... Ooh, nice flip near the pit there. They're lining it up, and that's a pit KO. Congratulations to Sheriff, who move on to the quarterfinals, and commiserations to Team Style and Substance Robotics, who are eliminated from Antweight Armageddon. We're underway with fight number 2 here between 2 control bots in Ant8 and Smol Cheese. Smol Cheese, definitely the more powerful of the two with its flipper, but Ant8 still capable of getting pit KOs if it can get the opponent close to the pit and get the right kind of flip in. Ant definitely more controlled. It stays on the ground unless it's flipping, in which case it throws itself up a little bit, but that's just gonna happen at Antweight. The bots are so small that they kind of throw themselves around. Smol Cheese having a lot of trouble there. Manages to get back over. Oh, and they get under and get a big flip. And that's, I think, what this is going to come down to. I think Ant is going to get a lot more flips in and a lot more control time, but Smol Cheese, when it gets an advantage, can get some big flips that could potentially damage Ant. And we've already seen Ant's lifter mechanism be broken off by other bots before, and Smol Cheese's flipper could very well break it off if it hits the right pressure point. Ooh, nice little lift there from Ant there. So Team Caffeine, as we've mentioned, is a really good team at building these walker bots, and generally does quite well at driving them. Meanwhile, Team Greater Than Great haven't entered tournaments, but Smol Cheese has been around for a long time in our community. They do. And it's always been a fun bot in the ranked ladder that we have. Ooh, both bots struggling there as Ant finally gets under. Smol Cheese goes in upside down. That might actually be their best bet. Ooh, and they fling Ant with 2 huge flips right there. Ooh, Ant just manages to spin around in time to avoid a 3rd flip that could have potentially resulted in an Uda, just because of how they were aligned. Smol Cheese misses there, but that's a good flip. Smol Cheese driving in from behind. The tough thing for Smol Cheese is it tends to throw robots behind itself or straight up, rather than throwing them forward, so it's a lot harder for it to line up a pit KO. And Udas as well. You ideally want your flipper to throw it almost a 45-degree angle, so you can get some forward momentum and some height to get them over the wall. Sometimes a bit higher angle, depends which wall you're trying to Uda them over. Another nice flip from Wheelie Small Cheese there. Ant struggling to self-right, but gets back over there. Wheelie Small Cheese misses a flip. Another nice flip from Ant there. And it's struggling to self-right again. Nice throw from Wheelie Small Cheese. Not quite enough distance. Ooh, and another big one. Still no damage to Ant though. So those Walker mechs are pretty sturdy. Because they've taken some punishment getting thrown high into the air and landing directly on the legs. Ooh, Wheelie Small Cheese got under there but couldn't get the flip off. It's good work from Ant. They had a lot of control early, but Wheelie Small Cheese has really come back in this one. But now Ant starting to take control again. Wheelie Small Cheese trying to go in upside down, misses on the flip. Going in upside down has seemed like one of their best bets. Ooh, and they get under the leg there. Good driving from Wheelie Small Cheese in this fight. They were really struggling early, but they've kind of found ways to get the flipper into play, and that's time. See how the judges saw it. Ooh, and it's a 23-22 decision for Ant, winning on control and style. So congratulations to Team Caffeine, who move on, and unfortunately Wheelie Small Cheese is eliminated. And here we go with fight number 3 now, as Cockslap gets spun up early. Slant definitely gonna have a hard time getting all the way under on Cockslap here, but if they can, they have potential to get some nice flips in. Cockslap doing a good job keeping Slant off of them. Ooh, but they lose a wheel early. That's definitely not good. It causes some instability, which could lead to more wheels breaking off. Slant doing a good job here. Both these teams very experienced. Team Mistakes Were Made have been pretty much perennial contenders for the Best Driver award, though they haven't picked a bot that really showcases the driving skill for this tournament, but it is one of their personal favorites. Meanwhile, Team Archaon have very much picked a bot that can showcase their driving skill and are looking to add a 4th tournament crown to their collection and extend their lead on the competition, as they're the only team to have won 3 tournaments and one of only 2 teams to have won 2 tournament crowns. Ooh, Cockslap lost another wheel there, and I'm not sure it can move. It seems like it can't. I think Cockslap's being counted out. Yep, they've been counted out. That's a KO win for Slant. Well, that was a bit unfortunate, but congratulations to Team Archaon, who move on to the quarterfinals, and commiserations to Team Mistakes Were Made and Cockslap. And now we kick off the main event between Bullrust and Fork-U to determine our 4th member of our top 8. Fork-U gets under early and gets a really nice lift on Bullrust, controlling them around. This will be a tough fight for Bullrust. I think Fork-U is pretty much always going to have the low ground. So Bullrust is going to have to get to the sides and try and out-wedge and push around. Ooh, that was a good job there, as they managed to get a little flip onto Fork-U. They flipped themselves in the process, but that was a good job. Bullrust, Team Endurobot trying to back out there. Ooh, Fork-U staying really on top of it. That's a great lift and a slam into the wall. Well, that might have caused some damage to Bullrust, but it seems like it didn't. Bullrust had the back there, but just couldn't keep it. Bit unfortunate for them. Fork-U getting some nice lifts in. And they're holding Bullrust. But Bullrust does a good job driving back. They got their wheels on the ground. That was good from Bullrust. They got to the side of those blades at the front. That was really good from 4Q though. Bullrust kind of stuck on the wall there due to their downforce. That's keeping them on the ground. It's just really good driving from 4Q, is keeping Bullrust on its toes. And they're not really able to... Oh, there's a good push there. They got under that lifter. 4Q gonna have to realign itself. They get flipped back over by Bullrust. Bullrust does a nice job, got behind there. Drives over the top of 4Q. Almost was able to get a push onto the backside, but 4Q there, nice lift. There's some very good work by 4Q. But Bullrust and Team Endurobot doing a solid job driving and getting control where they can. They are having a lot of difficulty. That was good. They managed to get off the lifter as 4Q was trying to lift. Now they're shoving 4Q around, and when 4Q has to self-ride, it takes a while, so Bullrust kind of got them stuck up on the wall a little bit there. They got themselves down. Nice lift from 4Q. So we're closing in on a minute to go in the fight. Oh, and a nice lift. Oh, and 4Q's trapped them with their lifter to hold Bullrust in a pin where they're stuck up on their wedge. That was really creative from the angry workers and 4Q. That was excellent work right there. That's genuinely one of the greatest pins I've seen, especially in this weight class where you see a lot of interesting pins, but that's pretty up there. As 4Q gets some more control in over Bullrust. But Bullrust there, ooh, had a nice drive. Could have got 4Q near the pit. That could have been dangerous, but unfortunately lost control while they were trying to drive them toward the pit. Closing in on 10 seconds to go in the fight. Bullrust probably behind, but they have had some good moments of control and a nice end for the fight from 4Q there, getting a couple more lifts in before time elapses. See how the judges saw it. And yep, that's a pretty decisive win for 4Q, winning out on control, aggression. They won every category except damage. So, congratulations to 4Q who make the top 8, and commiserations to Bullrust who are eliminated. That's it for this episode. Our 4 bots heading into the quarterfinals are Sheriff, Ant8, Slant, and 4Q. Unfortunately, we also have to say goodbye to Antface Spinnah, Wheelie Smol Cheese, Cockslap, and Bullrust. In the next episode, we will complete the round of 16. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please leave a like, comment, and consider subscribing. If you're interested in joining our community, follow the Discord link in the description. And from everyone in the Besiege Bots Discord, have a fantastic day, and we'll see you soon.